Welcome to the You Are the Universe podcast. I'm your host, Victoria Haffer, intuitive healer and holistic life and body coach with over 20 years of facilitating massive transformation for people and animals. And I'm so flippin' glad you're here. And today's topic is pulling energy. So this is one of my favorite, I got to tell you, this is one of my most favorite manifesting tools. It is, I got this from accessconsciousness.com. It's a company that I've done a lot of work with. The overall umbrella of the Access Way is to create infinite possibilities in all aspects of your world. That's totally my middle name, right? The center of possibilities is my business name. So what is pulling energy? So, all right, let me explain this to you right out of the gate. So do you remember the last time you walked into maybe a retail store or absolutely a car dealership or any place, maybe a boat show, some place where there were some big ticket items, and someone, as soon as you walked into the showroom or the store, you could feel the energy from the salespeople in the room, right? And they just kind of, you can feel their eyes on you, and they're making their way toward you, and they come up to you and they're like, "Hi, how are you? What's going on? And, can I help you? And what are you looking for in particular today?" Right? That kind of energy. And you're kind of like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just looking. Thank you. So that is not pulling energy, but that is pushing energy. So anytime you feel that, where someone in any shape or form, with friends or family members, or maybe you go on a date for the first time and the person, you could just feel them really trying to push their energy on you. They really want you to see their point of view, or they want something from you. You can feel that energy. So now let's flip the script, and you walk into the retail store or the boat show or the dealership, and you walk in, and after a few minutes you're like, wow, nobody's trying to get right down my throat here. And you look around, and someone kind of looks over, acknowledges you, and just gives you a wave and says, "Hey, I'm here. If you have any questions, let me know how I can support or serve you." So just feel how that would land in your body. Just a little bit different, right? So that particular person, salesperson, manager, whoever, whatever store or shop you went into, basically they're pulling energy from you. Instead of trying to push themselves on you, they're sort of like, "I'm over here. If you need me, I'm available and I'm willing to help you. But again, I'm going to give you your space for now," right? So just keep that in mind. So let's talk about anything that you might want in your life. I have a podcast that I did a few podcasts back about manifestation and how we truly actualize anything that we want in our world. And a huge part of that aspect. So whether it is you want to manifest a partner, you want to manifest better health, you want to manifest a high-paying client, right? So whatever the thing is that you're looking to create or actualize in your world, that has a frequency. And so you've heard me talk about this before, that pretty much 95% of everything that sits in the subconscious mind is really that's what runs the show. So think of you being the glacier, and the glacier underwater, the part that you can't see. And so when we're working from unresolved, maybe micro traumas, or you grew up in a dysfunctional family, or just it doesn't even matter. You could have a normal childhood, nothing crazy happened to you. However, it's said that by the age of 7 that we actually cultivate the majority of our belief systems. So you're still going to cultivate whatever your relationship is with what we call abundance, right? Abundance really is just an abundance of, right? A whole bunch of stuff. So really what we're talking about here is being in the flow. And you might also know it as being in divine alignment, because when your head lines up with your heart, lines up with your power center, your vitality center in the lower dantian, then when all three of those areas in our lives line up, then there's very little resistance. And so there's no underlying belief systems or stories that you tell yourself about your relationship with money, right? We're going to say money. Abundance can be anything. It doesn't have to be money. I could say, okay, great. What do you want? You say, I want $1 million. And then I'm going to say, well, what do you want $1 million for? And then you might, what is the reason? Why do you want $1 million? Because I want to blah, blah, blah. I want to travel the world. I want to buy a large boat and, travel around the world on the boat, whatever. So whatever the thing is, you want to go deeper on that. Everybody always says, yeah, I want more money, but the universe doesn't really understand that, because then there's a lack energy and frequency in that. So it's more like you want to focus on the things that you do want. So going back to our pulling energy, and I'm in a few minutes, I'm going to actually take you through an exercise. So, you may not want to do it if you're driving, but any other time would be great to do this. And this is I actually do this as part of my morning ritual. Sometimes I even do it on the vibration plate. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. So I'm really big on taking my rituals and combining them when I can. You could do this in the shower, right? I recorded a podcast on how you could change your life by doing these specific things in the shower, right? So again, I'm all about efficiency. I'm all about understanding that you are all little busy bees, busy, right? Running around, doing all your things. You could do it in the car, but I don't really recommend that. I really recommend that you can be in a space where you can close your eyes. So, all right. So what we're doing here is we're creating something else I want to mention. Really, as a trained clinical hypnotherapist, one of the things that we learn, and you might already know this, is that when you imagine something, so visualize something, right, over and over again, the brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and it really happening in real life. That's why if you were a child like me, I watched a lot of scary movies. Oh my goodness, a lot of scary movies. The Omen, The Exorcist, Jaws, all these creepy movies. And I swear, I think they played a huge role in some of my PTS. It's crazy. So again, the brain can play these funny tricks on you in a good way and also in a detrimental way. But the good way is that you can sit there in meditation and visualize as if you're watching it on a big screen, and you stepping into the things that you want to manifest or create in your world. So let's say, for example, you have a dream, and hopefully, I'm here to teach you how to make your dreams into reality. But one of your big dreams in this lifetime is to have a beautiful house on the beach. And I actually have this. This is one of my dreams. So I'm going to share this with you. And what I've actually literally had dreams about it, like it on the astral plane, having dreams about, and it's the same house that I see all the time. So I know that's the house. Like I know that it's there. And for those of you who are into spirituality and you understand that we're really living multiple lifetimes all at the same time, we're often jumping lifetimes, right? So it's like you want to act as if you've already have that thing or that experience. It doesn't have to be a physical, tangible thing. It doesn't have to be a Porsche or a boat or a house. It could be just the feeling of peace and joy. And maybe it's about your career. Maybe it's about you stepping into, leaving the thing that you don't love so much and stepping into your divine soul purpose, and imagine what that feels like. So the feeling is so important. You've got to step into that feeling and feeling and feeling of what that is. And then you imagine it. It's literally just play 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you just watch yourself. What do you look like? How confident are you walking? What clothes are you wearing? Who are you with? Especially if you want to manifest true love or a romantic partnership, like myself, looking for love in all the wrong places for 20 years. And then bam, at a networking event, I banged, literally collided with my true love of my life, my beloved. And we've been together for over 8 years now. So anyways, again, what is the thing? First of all, remember where energy goes, your energy grows. So what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on, oh my God, I have to pay all these bills. I don't know where I'm going to get money from to pay the rent, like the negative self-talk over and over. And so you've got to come into a space where even if it's 5 or 10 minutes a day, that you can go into a quiet, calm space where you can delete, destroy, and uncreate that, that the negativity, clear out the cache. Like you clear out the cache on your computer in your, just like you do in your brain, right? Delete, destroy, and uncreate all the stories, all the judgments, all the projections that you have around abundance, around money, around divine alignment, and start fresh and start new. So again, you got to know what you want. Like that, honestly, that's the biggest problem so many of my clients have. They know what they don't want, but they don't know what they want. So again, you've got to know that. What do you want? What do you want? Be specific about it. If you know that you want romantic partnership, have you journaled on that? Have you written down all of the amazing qualities that you would like in your partner, right? If you want a new job or career, again, you don't have to necessarily know what the job is exactly, but how will it make you feel? And also what will you be doing? What are your skills? What do you do well? What are your positive attributes, right? What brings joy to you? What are you really good at? What are your superpowers? Anyway, so you would want to brainstorm and all that and just kind of play with it. And then sit in the energy of, give yourself permission to daydream, right? Remember, as kids, we would get in trouble for that. Like teachers would be like, "What are you doing, Haffer?" Like that's my last name. They would say, "Haffer, what do you do? Pay attention, keep your eye on the prize, And I'd be like looking out the window because I was so bored in school. Even though I made National Honor Society, school was pretty easy for me. But I was like, I couldn't wait to get out of school and live life. So anyways, what do you want? Now let's specifically, I'm gonna do the example around you as a entrepreneur, you as a, maybe a business owner. But again, you can do anything you want, but that's the guided meditation that I'm going to take you through right now. Imagining what you want. Okay. All right. So let's do this. This is very powerful. Now you can do it for as long as you like. It's probably going to be about 5 minutes or so with me, but you can always, when you do it yourself, you can always go longer if you're feeling it. Okay. So find a place you can sit, or you can lay down if you want, as long as you don't fall asleep. No snoring allowed. And make sure the spine is long. So, you can sit in the chair and have your back against the chair and sit up nice and tall. Really open up the central axis channel. And we call that the Sushumna in yoga. And roll the shoulders back and down. And then take a few long, slow, deep breaths. In through your nose. Expanding belly, out through your nose or your mouth. I'm a big fan, for those of you who take my classes, know that the open mouth exhale is a really powerful breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth, either or. And with each breath that you take, just sinking deeper into perfect, peaceful relaxation. Inhale, creating space. Exhale, letting go of old stories, beliefs, anything you bought since you were a child that doesn't serve you anymore, around you stepping into your true life of abundance. And then imagine roots coming out from the base of your tailbone, going down through the floor, your chair, the bed, the floor, all the way down, anchoring into the core of Mother Earth. And just say silently to yourself, I now release, and you can say it out loud as well, I now release anything that doesn't serve me. And just imagine like a gentle vacuum at the base of your tailbone, gently pulling out any old, right, negative self-talk, just old relationships, experiences, micro traumas, or even macro traumas that have occurred in your lifetime, past, present, or future. And just let that go. And then drawing star energy, right, from above, drawing it down into your head. Imagine your crown opens, open to receive, bringing that energy down through your third eye, through your throat, through your heart, the solar plexus, your sacral area, and your root. And then imagine the energy going down your arms to your fingertips and down your legs to the tips of your toes. And just imagine this bright light, this bright golden light coming out from your body in all directions. And as this is happening, just really bright, 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 like so bright you'd have to put your sunglasses on, right? And then calling in your spiritual team in the light. And again, if this is the first episode you're listening to with me, know that we all have a spiritual team. Just call in, whatever that is for you, whatever resonates with you, God, Goddess, Jesus, Buddha, guardian angels, maybe power animals, right? Your guardian wolves, your guardian horses, the equine, sisters and brothers, whatever speaks to you. And then I want you to take a moment and just imagine all of the people, businesses, organization. Remember, we're holding this in for business, for entrepreneurs and business owners. And so just imagine all of the possibly corporations or businesses or individual people, whether they be men or women or children or teenagers or animals. So maybe you're an intuitive and you work with people and animals. So just imagine kind of in front of you hundreds and thousands of divine souls that you have a contract with to work with you. Just imagine them all. Can you picture even some little faces? Men, women, children, animals. So for me, I work a lot with animals, mostly dogs and horses. So I picture a lot of dogs and horses and people as well. And then imagine all over, if you're a digital CEO like myself, living the laptop life, you can imagine people from all over the world, all over the planet. And maybe you imagine, let's say you work with teenage girls and you imagine a young girl in her bedroom feeling in despair. Say you're a coach or healer, you work with mental health issues, and start to just imagine the people and see them coming into full light. People that you can help so powerfully with and amazingly with your innate skills and superpowers. And these people have soul contracts with you. So they're there, they just don't know about you yet. Or maybe they know about you and you're not on their radar so much. Maybe you're not clear about your message or your niche or who you help or empower or, teach in the line of work that you do. So again, you're imagining all the people. So get that, literally like you can see them on the big screen. Imagining them again locally. So again, is it local? For me, I work in person and I work virtually. So I can imagine people all over the world. And just imagine hundreds and thousands of people that are out there that are waiting for you to step forward truly into your confidence, right? And then begin to pull energy through them. So just imagine It could just look like white light or rays of light, like from the sun. Just imagine this energy. You're pulling this energy through them. So if it's international, you're pulling energy through the entire planet, through the people, through all of those ideal clients, your avatars, animals, people, companies, corporations, right? Whatever entities that you serve at this time in your business. Just keep pulling that energy. Keep pulling that energy. Keep pulling. And imagine that the energy, as you're pulling through them, you're pulling to you. So you're pulling through them and you're pulling into you. You're pulling through them and you're pulling into your heart. You're pulling through them and you're pulling that energy into your solar plexus, your power center. You're pulling through them and you're pulling into you. And then imagine that your body starts to emit the most beautiful, sparkly, magical fairy dust, so sprinkly, and it represents the essence of you, right? You and your soul, your true self, your authentic self. And then just imagine you're sprinkling that all over your ideal clients, your ideal avatars, all the people that you can serve, right? All over, locally and internationally. And just sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle all essences of you. And so you're connecting energetically, right, on that frequency. And you have no doubt in your mind that you can help these people. Hundreds and thousands of your ideal clients are out there, but they just don't know where you are. They did not know who you were. Right now, you've opened up that connection with them. And that's beautiful. And so trusting that all is divine and that all will work out, right? Thank your spiritual team and the light for coming in and supporting you in this process. And feel free to do this daily. So again, you don't need the recording. I mean, you can go to the recording. It was about 18 minutes in on the recording, but and there should be a transcript, so you should be able to find it easily. But eventually, I want you to be able to trust your own self and be able to do these things for yourself, right? It's powerful, doesn't have to be that long, and it's all about intention. Opening up that stream, that connection between you and your ideal client. Like I said before, this is an extremely powerful tool if you choose to use it. So if you found today's session powerful, today's episode intriguing or intuitive in any way, I always love to hear from you. You might be able to see below the episode where it says, what did you think? Or, be able to give feedback, or actually, if you haven't already given me a review of my podcast, you are the universe. It would mean the world to me. So I flippin' love you guys. I'm so grateful for you. And remember to be and see the joy in everyday life.